Hi, so welcome to Golf FM. This is another test on Callaway irons. Almost getting to the point where I'm sick of the sight of Callaway irons. I think it's almost a step too far, this test, but I think once I've done this, I'll have exhausted every possible comparison test that I can think of to do with these clubs. Yeah, so I've done the Ai200 versus the Ai300. I've done the Ai200 versus various other clubs on the market, and I've done the Ai200 versus the Ai Smoke. I'm going to have to be careful I don't just do the same test I've already done. Somebody's going to be putting in the comments, you do realise you've done this video before. But I think I'm safe to say that I haven't tested the Ai300 against the Ai Smoke yet. And it is something worthy of doing, I think, because these are supposed to be game improvement irons. And one is £200 more than the other one. So what do you get for your £200? Well, you get a forged face, softer feel in the £200 extra one, the Apex, and you get a harder metal plus sound deadening and vibration dampening substances inside this Ai Smoke head to try and give you the same soft feel. But does it work? Does one go further than the other? Is one more forgiving than the other? How do they feel up against each other? How do they look compared to each other? You don't know that, so that's why you're here, I would imagine. So let's go through that and just get on with it and get out of here as fast as we can. Get home, put your feet up, watch the telly, have a nice tea, and then come in the next day and edit it all. How about that for an idea? So they are essentially aimed at the same person, slightly higher handicaps I would say, but as I've talked about in some of the other videos, the Ai Smoke especially has got such a profile and head shape that actually it could work for quite a low handicapper as well, because the top line is quite thin and there isn't that much offset. So their head isn't set back from the shaft, which is supposed to help you on slices, but it's debatable how much it actually does. Generally, offset is what you want if you're a higher handicap. The Ai300, the Apex, has more offset. The top line is thicker on the Ai300. Overall, it's a slightly chunkier head. Is it bigger looking? It's probably about the same sort of size in terms of the actual length of it. The soles are, you see actually the sole in the Apex is actually wider, which again is a sort of higher handicapper feature, so it doesn't dig into the turf as much or as easily. But overall, not that much difference in terms of the size and head shape. Just as I say, the Ai Smoke, if anything, would suit a slightly lower handicapper in terms of the looks. One thing to slightly remark on is that the Ai200 claimed it was a longer shaft. It almost looks identical, so they maybe done it in the Ai300 as well. I wasn't aware of that. The Ai Smoke was always pitched with this slightly longer shaft because they were saying, well, the head is so forgiving that we can do what we like with the length of the shaft and you will hit it at the target. It's so forgiving you can hit it anywhere on the face, because this supercomputer that we shelled out for has told us that you can put thicker bits there and thicker bits here, and the average handicapper will hit it there and therefore will get a better result than they would have if you've just done it by what you think is the best place to strengthen the club and position the weight. So I've told you the price, I've told you the differences in the looks and the materials. I'll go and hit them now and tell you what the difference is when you're hitting them. Now, one slight difference is there's 1 degree difference in loft. The Ai Smoke is 28 and this is 29, the Apex. So the Ai Smoke, although I've just shown you there the shaft isn't longer, no it isn't, so it hasn't got an advantage over the Ai300 there, and the only advantage it's got is 1 degree of loft, and whether it's suddenly somehow developed a faster speed off the face because of its design as well. Right, so I'm going to hit the Ai300 Apex first. Definitely quite a lot of offset, but quite a nice looking club. Definitely quite a lot of offset. So if you don't like offset, steer clear. Nothing special. Probably a sort of 7 out of 10 strike. Yeah, and it's not gone particularly far. Better strike, but probably more offline. Skytrack decided not to count that. And if you watched any of my other videos, you've seen me getting in a semi-rage about Skytrack choosing to be difficult, okay, and deciding that it'll keep the bad ones and then delete the good strikes. Now, we've had this discussion before, Skytrack, so I don't want to see any funny business again from you this time, okay? We're only 2 shots into this and you've done it. What's that? Yeah, I should think it won't do it again. decent strike. Yeah, 172, 186. This is more the distance it starts to go. It feels nice, it feels soft. I've hit this so many times recently that I'm almost not even commenting on it. I forgot to say anything about how it feels because I'm so used to hitting this. But it is nice, it does feel incredibly soft. And for something that's a game improvement club that's meant to help you out, maximum forgiveness, to have this level of feel is an incredible thing, to be honest. Probably not going to make your scores any lower, but it's because it's going to feel nicer while you're doing what you're doing. Not very good out the toe. What's the difference in distance there with a rubbish strike? 176. So yeah, it is a bit better strike. It'll miss that, Skytrack. Will you miss that? No, you wouldn't. See, that is what it took. A stern talking to is what it needed, and it's decided to play ball. So that one's gone 180, 197. So that's what it's capable of if you really hit it properly. Yeah, that was okay. Maybe not as good as that last one. That last one out the middle felt unbelievably nice, unbelievably soft and nice. 175, 191. Do you know what? I don't want to hit too many of these. I want this to be, for once, a fairly short test. I always say it'll be a quick test, and it never is. It's always about 40 minutes worth of just blabbing on about the clubs and hitting millions of shots, and it just takes forever to edit, down to like 15 minutes. And even then it's too long, to be honest, 15 minutes. So let's just leave it there and get on and hit the other one and stop mucking about. AI smoke. Immediately when I put that down, I like the head shape better. What I don't like is the head finish as much as the other one. The other one's got a nice satin, silvery, dulled out look, and it looks really, really nice. This just looks kind of bog standard, shiny chrome at the sides, and then a greyed out face. It's all right, but it's not massively inspiring in terms of the finish. But in terms of the head shape, I do prefer it because there's very little offset and it's a thinner top line. Decent strike and felt really nice. And Skytrack has got it. Oh, lucky. And that's gone 175, 191, so similar sort of distance. Didn't feel as soft as the Apex, and neither it should. That was a toey strike, not very good. Let's see what that does. 169, 151. Maybe it was a very bad strike. See, this is the thing. I would love to say with a bit more authority which one is more forgiving, but I can't. I just feel like there's too many variables. If I don't know exactly where I hit that on the face compared to the other club, and I don't know what speed I was coming at compared to the other club for that exact shot, it's too hard to precisely say, well, yeah, one's more forgiving than the other. I could get a bit of an overall feel of what's going on, but it will be kind of me slightly guessing. Educated guess, but it's nevertheless a guess. That was a thinny one. Didn't really hit one like that with the Apex. That's horrible. 165, 179. Didn't feel very nice, but then when you hit something like that, nothing's going to feel that nice. Better strike, but not right out the middle, but closer than that last shot. And that's gone 175, 193, so it's back up to the sort of normal distance. I mean, my gut feeling is that there's not a lot of difference between these two clubs. If I took this set out and I took that set out and I was lasering distances, I feel already like I'd just be hitting the same club. The fact that there's 1 degree difference, I don't think is going to come into it. That was a bit off the bottom of the club. And Skytrack has, oh no, it did get it. It's just really slow. Maybe that's my computer. 174 to 189. Yeah, not bad for a bottom edge strike. No, that's out to the right and a bit clean. Plenty of bad strikes here to compare it with. A 172, 186, not bad for a bad strike. Better, but I still don't think it was right out the middle. A little bit out the toe. And it is doing well, 174, 190. So it does feel to me like it's quite forgiving. And these strikes are still going quite a long way. Again, not perfect. So it's not feeling as soft, it's not feeling as nice. It's a little bit louder than the other one, but it's still gone 176, 192. Let me just, I'm not going to show you all the stats on this. We're just doing this as you see it, right? Because I need to cut down on time. So I'm going to hit a few Ai300s, and if I strike them the same, let's see how far they go. Yeah, I mean, that was horrible, and out to the right, and thinny. So what's that done? 1/7/8. It's not quite as, maybe you're losing maybe probably a little bit more, is my first gut feeling when you don't hit it. That was a nice strike. Hasn't got it. Hasn't got it. Well, it took a while. I'll let it off. To be fair to it, it went quite a long time after it had a talking to, and then it's decided to miss that one. It was a good strike, which is a little bit annoying. Please behave yourself now. Yeah, a bit like the ones I was hitting before, a little bit toey. And that's gone 173, 187. So I think there were sometimes getting into the 190s when I didn't hit them with the, I'm talking about overall. I know the carry is the most important thing, but it's still relative. That was a nice strike. There's absolutely no question which one's nicer to hit. It's the Apex. 100% nicer to hit. I'm struggling to tell you exactly how much less forgiving, if it is, than the AI Smoke. But let's hit AI Smoke again, just see if we can get one out the middle. Yeah, decent strike. And that felt quite nice, but there was just a little bit more noise, and Skytrack missed it. Oh, and I'll see. Okay, hit another one. Oh, nice strike. And that feels good. I mean, it went a little bit less, so it'll probably go a country mile. As the face would have been delofted, yes, it goes over 201, 184, but that's because it went slightly left. But it did feel nice. If you're not that bothered about how soft it feels all the time, then £200 less gets you a really nice set of irons which go, I think it's probably going to end up being a little bit more forgiving and a little bit more powerful, but we're only talking a tiny little bit. See, this is what happened. I'm getting sidetracked here. I keep hitting and hitting and hitting. I've got to stop. But I just want to see if I can hit an Ai300 Apex after that really good AI Smoke shot. See how it feels. And that was a nice strike, a little bit out to the right, but it just felt different. It felt softer and nicer. Many times I need to say that. And it nearly went as far, and that was actually out to the right, 183, 199. So actually, I was just starting to say that I thought AI Smoke went further, but you know, you judge from that, that's virtually nothing in it, because that one went left for 201, can't even remember what the carry was, and then the Ai300 slightly out to the right, 183, 199, so it's virtually the same. It's doing roughly the same. So we are down to looks and feel, I would say, in terms of something I can definitely put my finger on, because the forgiveness part is too hard for me to definitely say one way or the other. I don't think there's enough of a difference that I could say one is better than the other. So if we say they're similar in forgiveness, and we say they're similar in distance, then you're down to looks and feel and price. And the Ai300 definitely feels nicer than the AI Smoke, but this is definitely £200 cheaper than that. So if you quite like the look of the AI Smoke and the lack of offset ticks your box, then AI Smoke is no question. If you don't mind offset and you think actually offset would help me, if anything, because I do lose the ball to the right more often than not, and I don't care that they're £200 more, then go for the Apex. I think the Apex looks nicer that side, so in the bag side. I think the AI Smoke, when you're hitting it, actually is a nicer head shape, but that's just me. I tend to like stuff that doesn't have a lot of offset. So I think we'll leave it there. I hopefully have said enough things to at least give you some idea of what you might be looking at if you're to jump into a purchase of these, but really you should be out trying them. I know it's not always easy, but if you go down to your local pro or whatever is the closest to you, try and get your hands on them, try and get a shot and see what you think. But they're both really nice. I can't really say a bad word about either of them. They're pretty similar. They do a very similar job, and one is cheaper than the other, but one is softer than the other. Right, I think I'll go home now and put my feet up and watch the telly. Thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. And hopefully that is me finished with Callaway iron reviews for the near future at least. See you in the next one.